Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? My name is Tim. You're watching Sarasota Tim YouTube. I am the king of the Social Security YouTube videos, and I've got a few of them that's got a couple of million views each. And I got the lucky streak on getting all those views because during the pandemic, a lot of baby boomers like myself, I'm 65 years old, were put out of work. They had jobs, they were going to keep working, and then their companies went out of business. So they didn't know what to do. Should they get a different job, change their career, or maybe consider getting their Social Security? And a lot of people actually didn't even realize that they could collect Social Security as early as 62. People always hear about 65 and Medicare, or they know about 62, but they want to wait till 65 so they can have insurance. They don't want to go without health insurance. And so all these reasons have kept people from collecting Social Security at the age of 62. Well, I'm here to dismiss all those myths that you should never, ever wait past your very first day you can collect your free money. At 62 years old, 3 months before you turn 62, you need to be on the phone, you need to be online, and you need to be putting in your name to get your first deposit on your 62nd plus 60 days birthday. That's right. You got to apply 3 months before. You've got to be 62 and 30 days old just to get it. And then you got to wait 30 days for that first deposit. So 60 days, 2 months after you turn 62 will be the soonest you'll be able to get any money. So that already is annoying enough to wait. All this waiting about 65 for insurance or more money, or 67, what they call full retirement age, or this 70 business where you're almost dead, forget it. Let me tell you why you need to get it at 62. Number one, no matter how much your check is going to be, no matter how much or how little you get, it's pretty negligible between the most and the least. Now, that's not exactly true if you never worked or paid taxes and you don't have any pretty good earning years. It's based on your best 35 earning years. I get $1,700 a month. And I think I know somebody that gets $2,500 a month. They were a huge earner like every year. But that's really an extreme. At 62, getting $2,500, man, if you can do that, you definitely want to cash out. But I cashed out with it was actually only about $1,550. And remember, a couple of years ago, Social Security for the first time in 40 years got the biggest increase of 8.7% after the pandemic because of inflation. And it went up like $150 for about everybody. So it was a welcome bonus. But then again, it's been eaten away by inflation. Now, Social Security is not going to support you. Social Security is your grub stake. Social Security is your guarantee every month to cover your overhead, like your rent, your mortgage, and a car payment maybe, or your food and your roof over your head. It's that grub stake that you get a free life for the rest of your life, that you're not going to go hungry and you're going to be able to put a roof over your head. The rest of the things that you're going to pay for, supporting a car, insurance, food, well, not food, but any other incidentals, clothing, those kinds of things you cannot avoid that are going to be a cost, you need to have a side hustle. So, yes, you have to work, but instead of going from 40, 50 hours a week that you did 40 or 50 years, 30 or 40 years, all your life, weekends, nights, all this crap, get out of that and get yourself a little part-time side hustle, either working for yourself where you can make good coin, a 1099, and you write your own ticket, or if you want to be a W-2 worker and you want to get a job answering the phone, a greeter at Walmart, work at Target. These places are paying $15, $18 per hour now. All you got to work is, 20, 25 hours a week, and you're making equal to what your Social Security is. Now, if you're getting the Social Security, with that, you're making equal to what you were making while working. But while you're working, you got no life. It's a prison job. I call them prison jobs because you got to be there. They're watching over your shoulder. They don't want you to waste any seconds of the day. They want to make sure that they get every dollar they can out of you for the 8 or 10 hours you're there. Then they release you at 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock or a weekend if they make you come in. And they tell you, all right, go home, have a meal, get some shopping, pick up your kids, get your laundry, make your lunch, get a good night's sleep, and be back here tomorrow morning at 7:30, 8 a.m., whatever it is, and back at it. That is a prison. I don't care what you say. Anybody's got control over you like that, and you're giving them the best hours of your life, the best days, the best weeks and years of your life that you continue to not be free to go out and do what you want to do. Folks, I'm 65. At 62, I took my Social Security. I started passing out chicken nuggets and crackers at Publix grocery stores in Florida. And I was making not even as much as my Social Security was, but I was supplementing it. But the thing is, I had no debt. My secret to retiring on Social Security is you cannot have debt. You cannot have Netflix, car payments, lawnmower payments, Home Depot cards, Lowe's cards, home security systems, mortgages, HOA payments, all this stuff, all of that crap. You cannot have that. You have to get rid of that years before you turn 62. I'm talking, you need to plan out 5 years minimum of just getting your car paid off, having a very good, reliable car that you have the title to. When I go from here down to the Walmart in this truck and you drive a Maserati, what's the difference? We're both there. What does a car do? It takes you from point A to point B. Do you want to have to keep working in a prison job so you can say you drive a Maserati? Nobody can see you in it because you're in your prison job all day. You only get the weekend or one day off a week to go drive around and show everybody your Maserati. Now, I'm being facetious, but look, you get out of debt. You get rid of Netflix. You get rid of HOA. You sell that house. You take your profits. You buy a small house. You get a condo, a villa. You become a roommate. You and your spouse, if you have a collaboration there, that's even better. You both got your Social Security. You get out of debt. You get down to one car. You don't have to be going to work. So all you need is one car. You go around together. If one needs to go to the store, the other one can sit at home and watch Grit TV and watch some Westerns for an hour while she or you go to the store. You don't need 2 cars for gas and insurance. What for? What for? You got to have more parking spots. If you guys want to go off somewhere on a vacation, then the other car just sits there. You can't drive 2 at the same time. You're not working. So you need one car, no debt, 2 Social Security checks coming in, or if you're by yourself, get your own Social Security check. You have 0 debt, and you pick up a little job, a little side hustle, going 20, 25 hours a week. You say, you know what? I'll work graveyard. I'll work till 10 o'clock at night, starting from 5 or 6. I'll work from 4 or 5 in the morning and get off at 10 a.m. I'll work from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. You pick what you want to do to make yourself some money. And you picking up $15, $20 minimum per hour. Or you actually have a skill set that you can paint, electrician, plumber, contractor, or one of these jobs, auto mechanic, that you can do, and you get you some customers, and you can pick and choose your hours and name your own prices for your jobs and make a lot of money. That's totally a lot more than you can make working 20, 25 hours a week at $15 to $20 an hour for a Target. So you got no debt. You got this free money coming in every month. Your free check, your Social Security. I call it a free check. Money you paid in. It's your money. The rest of your life. And that covers your rent or your mortgage and your food. you've got that covered. You're living for free. You're eating, and you got a roof over your head. And if you've got a car that's paid off, as long as a man's got or a woman's got a full belly, a roof over their head, and a vehicle to drive, you're a rich person. Think about the people around the world that would just love, to have what you have. And what about those people sweating out all those bills for Netflix and cable TV to watch CNN and Fox and all that garbage that just does nothing but put garbage in your head? There's nothing even worth watching. You can get free TV with digital antenna and get the best channels in the world. They're all like HD too. I love those. Also, another thing about the cable is, you watch those, talking about a Maserati, we got us one of them doors that open up like this on a Audi or something, right? A BMW, fancy car. So she's got a prison job, or she's got her a big bank account. Anyway, the cable TV, you got to get rid of it. That's nothing but garbage. You don't need that stuff. These Netflixes and stuff, people say, well, I don't have, here's what it is. Home, I got it. Home internet. Do you realize you can get Visible Wireless, a Verizon-owned company, a wireless service that works on Verizon towers, like the best in the country, for $25 a month. And what do you get? Unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited data, and 5G data. And as the kicker, you can call up Frontier or whoever you got your home Wi-Fi with and cancel it. All that $100, $150 a month you're paying between a cell phone and home internet, you can have what they call a hotspot with Visible that's unlimited. You push a button on your phone, and when you walk in your house, you push a button on your phone, and your smart TV, your laptop, your desktop, your iPad, whatever, receives the internet. You got a Wi-Fi signal. So you cancel all that. I mean, folks, I have nothing but my cell phone, my truck's paid off, my camper's paid off, I have no debts, I owe nothing. And I get $1,700 a month, and I'm making at least that on my side hustle, which is now YouTube, because I got out of the Publix cracker business, and my YouTube channel took off, and it's monetized. And so I get money from it. And now I'm just traveling around the country, living my life free, going anywhere I want. I don't even have to stick around 20 or 25 hours a week at Publix passing out crackers to people, which I would do if I didn't have YouTube. I enjoyed that. Or, if I had a skill set, or if I wanted to help a buddy of mine in Florida, he used to do boat elevator work, and he always needed a helper, like a laborer. He would ask me on the weekends, and he'd pay me like $200, $300. You can make money like that on the side to supplement your Social Security. Folks, people that don't have any debt, it doesn't matter if you don't make 10 grand a month. You don't need it. You're doing what you want to do. You don't have any bills. You got $100 in your pocket if you need it. Your gas tank's full. Your roof's over your head. That's been paid for by Social Security. You're eating. All right, so maybe you don't eat filet mignon. You eat salads, eat sandwiches, whatever. Be good to diet. Folks, you can do whatever you want to do, but what you need to do is consider one thing. This is the main thing of this video. What good does it take? What good is it if you disagree with everything I've said, and you're like, this guy's a fool. I'm going to work till I'm 70. I'm going to work till that 67, that full retirement age, and I'm going to get that $500, $600, $700 bigger check on my Social Security. Whoop-de-doo. $500 to $700 more money. Meanwhile, you waited 5 years of not collecting $1,700 every month, and you might have died. You might have gotten sick. $100,000 more than that has came into my pocket, into my bank account, while you're still working the prison job, waiting, paying taxes, waiting to get that $500, $600, $700 more money. Now you get it. Now you're an old older person. I'm 65. When I started at 62, I can tell I'm older. I got 2 more years before 67. And the way exponentially age is happening, I can't imagine starting my life 2 years from now. I've already had 3 years of like total freedom. I just can't even imagine if I have to wait 2 more years and I'm still working 40 hours a week for somebody. And I haven't done and seen all the things I've been going around doing. And then by then, who knows how sick I could be or what I could contract or how my gizzards might be wore out or what kind of things could be happening to me, how much my joints are not working, how much more I'm slouched over, how much more my eyesight's no good, how much more my muscles are weak, how much more my mind and my attitude, my faculties are like, I don't want to do anything anymore. All I want to do is sit in this chair and drink Geritol, you know, and watch CNN and Fox. But I got $700 more money. And here's another thing. If you did do that and you took Plan B, you got to live till you're 80 years old to ever surpass the money I'm getting that I would have collected on my Social Security. By the time you get 80 is the only time you will surpass me. What are you doing at 80? What am I going to be doing at 80? You know how old 80 is? Look at an 80-year-old. Line 10 80-year-olds up. Line them up. Take a look at them. Take a look at them. That's you. That's going to be me. Now, would you rather be that and brag about $700? Or would you rather roll the clock back, go back to 62, say you were smart and you get rid of all that debt, and when you hit 62, all you had to do was have a little side hustle, making yourself a little bit of money. You got the free check coming in. You still got all your faculties. You're still crushing it. You're still strong. You're hitting the gym. You're eating right. You're thin still. Your joints and your gizzards are still pretty good. Your legs are working good. You're not afraid to jump off the back of your tailgate of your truck. You're ready to hook up a camper or go visit. You take a drive for 3 days. You're ready to crush it. You're ready to still play the whites instead of moving up to the ladies' tee on the golf course, or maybe you're still playing the blues. Folks, your life is here but just a second. You are just a fog, a mist that's here for a minute and gone. You spend 20 years growing up as a baby where your parents take care of you till you get out of school. 20 years. You only live to be 75. That's the average age. It's actually 73. So you got 20. Then you work 30, 40, 50. You're 50 years old. Then you work till you're 60. 40 years you work. Dang. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of years of having to work. You want to work more? So now you're 60. Okay, you work 42 years, you get to 62, and you say, nah, I got to give it 5, 6, 7 more years. I want that $600, $700. My goodness. Then you get there, and you're like, oh, man, you ever look at anything in hindsight? Everything's 20/20, right? I played golf today, and after I made that shot, I looked back and I said, I should have used that other club. Everything is 20/20 in hindsight. Don't make the mistake of giving your life away, your youth, your one life you get for $1, for $600. I'm telling you right now, you're going to regret it. If you wait till your full retirement age, I don't care if you don't have a pension. I don't care if you don't have any savings account. If you got no debt, you're golden. All you need is that Social Security and a side hustle. And then you just adjust your life. What is a place to live? As long as it's safe and a place you can recharge your battery and it's affordable, who needs all this mansions that people have, these McMansions? Now look, don't get me wrong, folks. If you were born with a silver spoon, or your parents died, or somebody gave you a big inheritance, or you won the lottery, or you are just one of these people that you were self-employed and you made bank. You sold houses all your life. You was one of these 401s and these stock market people. And you got out before it crashed. It's going to crash one day. And one thing you got, plenty of money. You got 2 homes. You got 2 cars. You got more money than you ever going to spend. You're going to leave it to your kids. And they can't even spend it. If that's you, hey, God bless you. But guess how many people have that kind of life? Guess what the masses are out there? Get a reality check. You know how many people have multiple jobs like I did growing up in all my life? Now, I did work for myself for 33 years. But most people don't. They don't have a county job, an educational job, like an educator. They don't have all these jobs, these pensions. Millions and thousands do. But there's tens of millions of others that are just skipping around all their life, picking up a job here, a job there. And then when they get to be 62 and they're eligible for Social Security, but they don't have a huge savings account, they don't have any pension. But look what I'm doing. I'm living large. I know people that are still working. They're just so in debt. They got a mountain of credit card debt. They got these fancy new cars. They got lawnmower payments. They got all this debt they're paying on. Still paying a student loan. They're not even doing what they went to school to learn how to do. Or they defaulted on it. You got all kinds of roads you can go down in life. But the road to take is the road to freedom. The road to take is the one is after your parents start taking care of you. That's the only free life you got. When they took care of you, and you didn't have to work or anything. You just went to school. And you had fun. And then you leave that and you go into that prison, that job, that prison job for 40 years or 50 years or 35 years. More than that, really. Then a little window opens up. A little light at the end of a tunnel that says, hey, here's a little check. But don't take it. Don't take it. Keep going and you can get, a little longer string. Don't bite that scam. That you don't get more money, you get less, because if you take it and you lose 100 grand and you don't collect for 5 years, like I'm going to get, then you got to live to be 80 years old just to get your money back. And where's the reward there? And that 5 years from 62 to 67 is probably one of the most valuable 5 years, the last 5 years of your really being a younger adult, a mature adult, before you really go into being this old person. And you're on your way out of here. And look how many people actually do die before they collect their first check or their full retirement check. Or they get 70. They get at 67. They start collecting. 2 years later, they're dead. They're dropping like flies every day, folks. They're killing us with all the foods that we eat. And the world is crazy. You don't even know, whoever saw a pandemic, whoever thought there'd be something so crazy as shutting the entire economy down and then printing all this money and making all this high prices for everything. I got it. Whoever saw that? I'm excited. I had a iced coffee. But this is here to tell you, get your Social Security at 62, have no debt, get you a side hustle, and start crushing it.